What's going on, guys? It's Winter Soldier, and I'm here today to talk to you about when it's appropriate to use Barrage. It's been kind of a hot topic on the forums and the boards lately about, oh, the Huntards are pulling all these extra mobs, and so I'm here today to coach you through when's the best time to use Barrage. And if you came to watch this video and are looking for an actual answer on when to Barrage and when the best DPS time is to Barrage, you can just turn the video off, because you clearly haven't learned anything from my other videos. Because the answer to when should a hunter use Barrage is fucking always. Alright? Don't ever let anybody tell you when or when not to use your best ability. Okay? We're hunters. We're going to make the decision here. Now, if somebody comes to you and they ask you, oh, could you please not Barrage here? Or could you please not take Barrage? There's a lot of extra ads to pull. The solution is simple. Guys, you just vote to kick them because you don't need that kind of negativity in your life, and they clearly don't understand how the game is played, right? You can't not Barrage because at the end of the day, the only way to measure your worth as a hunter is how big your green DPS bar is, especially compared to others. Okay, that's whenever somebody is like, "Oh, you pulled all these extra mobs, you're doing all this stuff with Barrage." Just link them your damage charts and they'll shut up because what are they going to say? Be like, look, I'm top of the charts, so what do you got to say now, big guy? Right? So people will ask me sometimes, Winter, when should I be using Barrage? And the answer, again, is just always. There's never an inappropriate time to Barrage. If you're in Halls of Valor and you're in that section that's just full of Vycrul eating at the tables and stuff, and you got that voice in the back of your mind that says, maybe I shouldn't Barrage here. Well, guess what? Fuck them. You're gonna Barrage because you're gonna. What are you gonna pass on all that free damage? Maybe you're an Eye of Ajara, right? And there's seagulls everywhere, and you're thinking, well, if I Barrage here, I'm gonna pull all these extra mobs and seagulls. Again, not our problem. You know whose problem that is? The tank and the healer. It's their job to pick up mobs, and it's the healer's job to make sure the tank stays alive. So, I mean, if your group wipes, it's not your fault, right? You're there to make sure that your green bar is bigger than anybody else's bar. And so, blame it on the tanks, right? Blizzard gave us misdirection. They put it into the game, so if you're really worried about it, just misdirect all the mobs right onto the tank. They might die, and they might get angry at you, but be like, hey, I'm just giving you some extra practice, right? Pretty good deferment right there. You say, I didn't grab aggro. I put all the aggro on you. It's your fault you died. Maybe you should get better, scrub. You might be thinking that this isn't a good way to lose friends, but if people start to get angry at you, just link them your DPS, right? Because the only thing that matters at the end of the day is how big your DPS bar is. They can't kick you if you've done the most damage. That's just science, right? They'd be sick if they kicked you out of the group. Be like, oh, you're causing all this trouble. You'd be like, yeah, well, my DPS is the biggest, so I guess I'm immune to being kicked. And they'll just have to kick the lowest DPS instead. So, if you're ever at a point where you think, maybe a Barrage would wipe the group here, and that happens quite a lot. So there's a useful macro you can set up. What you want to do is you want to make a macro that does /Y for yell. And then you want to put in pucker up your butthole, boys, because here we go. And then you want to do /cast Barrage. And that's, to me, is fair. You've given them plenty of advance warning. If your character shouts, pucker your buttholes, I'm going in, every time you Barrage, I think that's fair enough, right? I think that's fair warning. And so another topic with Barrage is, people will be like, well, why don't you aim Barrage carefully? But what people don't seem to understand is that Barrage controls us. We don't control Barrage. It has a mind of its own. I mean, I've seen Barrage pull Storm Drakes out of space. And I was like, I didn't know there was a Storm Drake there, but at least my god Barrage did. So when people tell you to aim Barrage, you got to be like, hey man, listen, I'm not in control here. I'm just benefiting from what Barrage gives me. And the moral of the story is always use Barrage, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's not your job to worry about mobs. It's the tank's job. And that's about it. I'm hoping once the start of raids comes, I'll be able to give you a little bit more useful guides than this, but Until then, I might put out an order haul guide for which followers and stuff you should take, stuff like that. Until then, I guess you enjoyed the video, and as always, no crappy dubstep, so like, comment, subscribe, or don't, whatever. And I'll talk to you guys later.